I told you that I have the possibility to be a black hole. If there was a way to compress me to an infinitely small point with enough mass, I can make a gravitational field strong enough to be a black hole. Unfortunately, our technology is not advanced enough to let us do that, but let's for a moment think bigger. Namely, a star across the galaxy called Spica, 160,000 light years away. Spica is many times bigger than our Sun, and when it runs out of fuel that gives it heat, it will explode into a supernova, and then collapse to a tiny point called the Singularity, mere nanometers in diameter. Let's stop and think about that for a second. This dot on this piece of paper is 100,000 nanometers big. Now think about how massive our star is. When all of its matter is condensed to this tiny point, it creates a gravitational field so strong that not even light can escape. Let's now imagine that we're a few million years in the future, where our space travel is advanced enough that we can travel 160,000 light years to Spica, though it's now collapsed into a black hole. As we approach, we can see that all of the stars and galaxies behind the black hole are distorted, creating this darkness that fills up more and more of our view. Now, as we get closer and closer to Spica, we will leave behind a camera so that we can see what we will look like to an observer of the black hole. Because what we will see and what the camera will see is very different. As we leave our camera behind, some very strange things start to happen. The intense gravitational field not only warps space, but also time. To us, we will be travelling at a constant speed towards the black hole, but if we look at our video feed from our camera, we can see that it looks as if we're getting slower and slower, until eventually we will just stop, frozen in time, and our image is just fading away. This point is called the event horizon. Not even light can escape past here, and we've just passed it. This is the point of no return. There is no way we can get back, as it is theoretically impossible to travel faster than light. And we already know that light can't escape, so now we're trapped in this place. Sorry. Probably should have warned you. Oh well. Now that we're trapped, we may as well explore further. As we get closer and closer to the Singularity, our view is totally black. Parts of our body close to the Singularity will experience more gravity, more pull, than parts further away from it. And the closer we get, the more apparent it is. This causes spaghettification, the disgusting idea that we will literally be stretched towards the Singularity, so much so that spaghettification is a better way to describe it. Unfortunately, at this point we've died, because our atoms have been violently ripped and shredded, so much so that they don't even exist anymore. But what if we could find a way to the Singularity without dying? What we see in this magical, distant, foreign place where no one has been before. Not even! The problem is that our science back here in the 21st century still has not told us what's actually in there. But of course, like for everything in physics, there are theories for the unimaginable. The most interesting being the theory of wormholes, a way to travel across space and time faster than light itself, but without breaking the laws of physics. For example, let's imagine that this piece of paper is the universe. If I wanted to travel from point A to point B, I'd have to travel along here. But what we're forgetting is that the universe is three-dimensional. What if using a wormhole, I could do this? Putting points A and B together, meaning that you could get there almost instantaneously. Showing that maybe time travel is possible. Maybe not quite Doctor Who style, or in the old DeLorean like in Back to the Future, but so far, physics has not yet been able to discount time travel. It's not impossible, just very improbable. I mean, we've already seen one of the problems a few minutes ago, when we died trying to go through the wormhole at the centre of the black hole. And of course, to create one ourselves, we would need energy the amount of a star collapsing. Energy that we don't have the mechanics to create or harness yet, and probably not for a few thousand years. But who knows? Maybe someone will come back from the future, giving us the equipment, creating a paradox and probably ending the universe. It doesn't look very good for us, does it?